Blarla. Hello peeps and welcome back to Project Hospital. Welcome back to Traumatology. We have one further day to do in order to have 8 days with no untreated patients, which I'm excited to get to. But before we do that, what we need to focus on is these surgery teams. We definitely have a problem, don't we, with these surgical teams. So we need to probably lose this rather lovely garden. So what have we got here in terms of the teams? Because I think these sort of original departments are probably pretty good as they are. You know, 2 teams, one in the day, one on the night, and of course we also have the nurses over here. I think works fine, and then that one doesn't have one, and then this. So look, in fact we've only got one team in during the day, you know, so which means that I use this team here. If I need more in the day, I just flip this team to daytime and make them come in. It's the same over here. It just helps keep money decent. So we've got a team that I flip between day and night depending on when I need them, but it's very rare to get an overflow here. Do you know what I mean? It's just so rare. Over here again we've got 2 teams, works beautifully, and then it all starts getting a bit dodgy, doesn't it? So this is the neurology department, and the reason we've gone nuts with this one is because of course when we get those head injuries, not only do they need to get into surgery stat, but they generally need multiple surgeries, and I absolutely do not want them being sent back to the ICU. Generally is where they are, in between their surgeries. I want them to do the surgeries consecutively, and to do that you need 2 teams. So 2 teams for 1 person is what we have here, and that's it. You generally only have 2 surgeries, don't you, for neurology building up, and you can see that I've got 2 teams here, 2 teams of 2 during the day. There probably isn't much need in having this team at night here, because it's almost useless having 1 team without the second, but I've clearly employed them because I felt the need to have them, so there they are. But then we've got traumatology. Now the only thing I would say about traumatology is you get a lot more time to do the tests, find out all the things that need doing, and they don't crash as fast as these, as you know, the people in neurology that need to go straight to the ICU, straight to the CT, straight to surgery. These guys in traumatology, they may have a lot wrong with them, but they seem to last forever, right? They're like troopers. So we've seen that 2 teams in the day and 2 teams in the night will get the job done. It just takes a long time. But we didn't have any crashes from the people in traumatology, even though they were queuing for their surgeries for ages. Another thing with traumatology is that you can have 3 surgeries for 1 person. It's rare, but it does happen. So it's a question of how big do I want to take it, because of course we have the nurses here as well, and it's a question of getting all of this to fit, and so that it looks nice, right? I don't want it to look rubbish, first and foremost. So it's a question of, you know, how many extra teams do I actually want here? And I would say probably just 1 more team would do it. Yeah, I would probably go for 1 more team, because as I say, we're not failing. They just can be a bit, it can be a bit frustrating waiting. So it's like, but I need this team here. I need this team. I wish I could put 2 daytime teams on one desk, so that I could stretch this down and give these desks to this team. That would be great. And of course we have a sort of a similar sort of issue over here, don't we? We've actually got far too many nurses. So this is the thing. I need to make room. I need it to look decent. But I think I am only going to add 1 more traumatology team into the mix and see how we get on. Now, how am I going to do it? So for the nurses, we fit in 4 desks per square. All right, so we can see this line, this grey line down here. We can see that we have 4 desks, right, per department. All right, now of all the areas, this department here seems to be the only place where I might be able to fit in another desk here. So this is looking at the nurses, right? We might be able to squeeze it in here. Now the only thing is that in this area, now I don't put the meal trays or the wheelchairs or the stretchers, but we do need one of these cabinets, I believe. Now I'm thinking if I stuck it on the end of that desk, right, I don't think, a bit like we've done here, right, I don't think that looks too daft. It feels like a shame to get rid of this cabinet, but we might have to. We might have to. Because that just looks rubbish, doesn't it? So it might be that we get rid of this and we put the additional desk in here, right? So what department, is that not the right colour? I'm not sure that was the right, I can't, no, so it's definitely not grey. I think it was the blue, wasn't it? It just looks slightly different. Oh, mind you, it's probably just the way the light falls on it. Right, okay. So what department is this? Because we're going to have to swap them all over. That's going to be a pain in itself. So this is our traumatology department. We want to bring these nurses to here. Now, what nurses do we have? Who are these? These are the cardiology nurses. So we want to move the cardiology nurses over to here. Not an easy task in this game, let me tell you. So this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. First of all, let's finish making this desk. So I like to use this white computer for the nurses, and I like to use this chair in white for the nurses, and I feel like we should put something on the desk to decorate it. I think sometimes, look, you can see I do glassware and mugs, things like that. In fact, we don't have any glassware in this department, so let's give them some glassware, shall we? Should we do this one? Although we've got a couple of them here, maybe we could go for the different one there. That might be nice, right? So we've fixed that up, and you can see that we've got this glass divide between this department and this one here is neurology, which was an attachment added on later. So we now have a free desk over here. Now, because this game is so silly, what we have to do, it's silly, but also I love it. What we have to do, thing is like, we've got these, I think what I'm going to have to do is set up a makeshift department quickly somewhere else for them, aren't I? So cardiology, where do we have some space? Maybe in the car park or something. This is so silly. What about if we change this corridor? We've got janitors assigned though. This, you can see it says assigned janitors. So nurses station, so we're on hospitalisation, nurses station, right? Quick job like that, right? I'm trying to do this so we might not have to reassign them, right? And we want to do this, yeah, there's not much on the wall. We don't really want to disturb what's happening in here, right? So let's click on here, and to be honest, does it need to be a functioning? It may need to be functioning in order for me to be able to actually put the nurses in. So we're going to get them the desks, their chairs. I'm hoping this will be enough, because we don't actually need it to function properly. Right, so if I now... No, it won't. Missing. Okay. So if we stick you in, are you now happy? Yes, yes. Right. Okay. So the next step is to start shipping out all these nurses from this department downstairs, and I think this is going to be okay. So I've picked up the daytime staff. So now I need to click on, yeah, these. Oh, goodness. So instead of clicking on here, we go to these three little dots, right? And we need to do Susan Hernandez. You can see why it's a pain in the bottom. There you go. So I've got to do this for day and night staff. Done. And we know they're good because they've got the surgical. I've made them surgery nurses only. So I can easily see that it is the surgical nurses. We've moved down here successfully. So if we go back up, this is empty. Isn't that great? So the next thing we need to do is on traumatology. We want the traumatology nurses station. We're going to paste this in here, right? And now what we need to do is move over these nurses into these stations. There, we can see that that is now done successfully. We have exactly what we want happening here. Now we need to get some we're only doing one extra team, so we need to get I'm probably going to do day and night. So let's find a new member of staff. So we want them to be surgery nurse, and I always reveal hidden perks, and I'm going to ignore ones where their surgical skill is really, really low. She's not too bad, but she's got absolutely no perks at all, which is bit of a shame, but I might actually get her. We might actually go with that. We're going to open this and just turn off patient care and patient transfers. I want her to focus purely on surgery, and then we want to do the same for nighttime. So I can see that they all have very low surgery skills, so I'm going to hit find new candidates, and then we're going to again, oh well, hang on, Jennifer Lee down here might be right. Let's reveal perks. And we have people person there's hidden perks of people after interacting with them. This is good. But she's also depressed. Always has the depressed modifier applied to their satisfaction. I don't think I'm going to allow this to bother me though. I think I'm going to get her in. Again, remove her from patient care and patient transfers. So we have our additional nurses team now for traumatology. That's gone well. What we now need to do is make this the nurses station for cardiology. So we moved them downstairs temporarily. Now we need to move them all back upstairs. There we go. So now if we press play, we'll probably see them all swap between these two desks. Just moving over to there, and these ones moving over to here. Good job. Good job. Now, the problem, of course, that we have kicking around is that we've done this to the corridor. Not good. So what we're going to do now is, well, delete it all. Oh, I've moved the light. Okay. There are buttons that you can press to stop that from happening. Oh, we've still got somebody in this chair. Okay. Right, all that gone, but we've still got this person here. So we need to wait for that nurse to turn up, sit down. Although I've now... Is it you? No. Oh no. No, I think the chair has genuinely just locked up because I put a cabinet back in. Look. And there's actually nobody assigned to here. This chair has just busted. I may now have to send this to Oxymoron to fix that chair. Can't believe it. Unless it's somebody that I've just fired, or we'll see. It might fix itself over time, but for now it's broken. The nurse might be on her way. What we want to do is come back into corridor. Right here. We're going to fix that up. Yeah, and we'll just have to yeah, I'll keep an eye on that, and it may sort itself out. And if it doesn't, I'll get Oxymoron. I'll ask Oxymoron to fix it for me. They've done it before. I'm sure they'd be willing to do it again. But the nurse is fixed. It's now time to figure out how we're going to get the extra team into the doctor's office. You know, do we stick a desk back here? But it would be proper cheap and nasty. And then we've got the floor plan to concern ourselves with as well, haven't we? We've got big old neurology here, and then our traumatology here. Need to have some thought. What if we extended it down here a bit and down here a bit, but left the centre, so that I could effectively get extra desks in, so I could shift neurology team over here and then add in their team here, but then I wouldn't need the same amount on both sides. Oh no, but I wanted to be symmetrical. I guess given that it is just the one team, what if I did the opposite, did the centre bit and shoved in a neurology team into there? Maybe that's the answer, right? So take away this garden effectively. Would I need to take away that whole garden? Yeah, probably. So this goes, which means I would want to redesign this path somewhat. So we're going to start by deleting all of this. I think I can use the no, not all those. I think I can use like a bin tool here, like this, right? And then we want to build foundations here. Guys, it's been a while since I've built anything in this game. I've totally forgotten how to do it. Is that over here? Build foundations. So I want to do that. Okay. Now, I'd also quite like to keep the windows the same. So we're going to... then this sort of thing happens, right? I want the blinds on the inside. Yes, I do. Blinds on the inside. Like that. The only problem with this is it really shows that this is off, you know. Because we've got this door here. But we don't have it. Oh, but we do have it there. But this was side windows. this isn't working. So what, it would have to be one smaller? Yeah, so the paths were a little bit janky, weren't they? Because the door's on effectively the opposite side to this one. Oh, I see what's happened there. Well, now's a good time to fix that. So this is resized, but what I want to do, I think, is flip around this door and window. Yeah, like this, you see. So we've got the doors on the inside. We'll sort out the path later on that, I think. So the next step is going to be to delete all of this, isn't it? We want to delete these items here and get rid of this wall. I'm hoping this will be enough. So if we just decorate this up, see what we can do. You can actually see here on the floor, I've done the floor going a long ways here and then short ways there. So I've actually tried to do some sort of pattern here. No. Like this? No. It's the same. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Just try and keep it going. Just try and keep it going. Like that. There it is. That's the outside decorated as well as the inside. Right. Now we need to open up neurology and we want on-call room. We're going to extend it into here, which means it's all now lit up in there. And I would like to get a bunch of desks in here so that we can shift this team into it. This seems to be the only real layout that I can go with. It's really boring though, isn't it? It's sort of intensely boring. It's an intensely boring layout, and I don't like either that these windows come down below the desks. This makes me sad right here. I don't like this at all. But there's not a lot of options. Like, this one sucks. And then the other one, like if I do how I've been having it in other places, you see how with the chair, like this all just interferes with each other. That doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. You know. This looks a little weird. Does it not? That looks a little weird. You know, they get like their little nooks, but I think, I don't know what I think. Maybe it's easy to imagine with the chairs. He's got like a nice window seat here of the gardens. They have absolutely no windows, and their back is to everybody. And then they sort of have the window seat as well. But the alternative is super boring, isn't it? Then they all have their backs. I think that's the way it's going to have to be, but I really dislike it intensely. First thing I'll need to do as well is get rid of these windows, I think. I can't... If the desks are going in like this, I can't have these windows anymore. They don't look right. We might need to look at these blind ones here instead. And maybe what we could do, so the middle desk has... I don't know, but that'd be too many windows. I was just thinking maybe the middle desk could enjoy... What if we did like that? That might work. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now for the doctors, I like to use these proper PCs. You can see I like to use the blue chairs, so I've put the blue chairs in. And again, I like to decorate the desks. I do like to decorate the desks. We might give them actually, might give them a printer over here. We'll put it on the central one there. Give them a printer, and you can see we've got mugs, we've got some plants, and we get like these files and glassware. Quite like this one. This is quite good, isn't it? And then we've got some mugs and whatnot. So we need to just get a few bits like that over here. Look, I've got the eyedropper tool, and if I press Control, it'll just copy that item that's on it. So do that. Eyedropper tool, and then what we might do is, we've got quite a lot of those files, haven't we? I might actually grab a mug. There we go. It's a little bit different. And then on the walls, we like to put like these notice boards and clocks. So we might put another clock up here, and we'll put another notice board. I know they can't access it, but that doesn't matter. You know, unless, well, we could put a notice board there, get rid of that one, right? And put it on the other side. Mind you, that chair will probably, yeah, that chair stops it from. Can we just delete that? Yeah. Another good one to have is the bookcase, right? Free time study and all that sort of business. I've forgotten where the bookcase is. There it is. And this can be accessed from all over the place. See, I think that looks quite nice. I think that's working for me. Yeah, I feel like this needs something. You know, we've got on this side we have nice notice board. On this side, bit barren. But I guess that's probably what it needs to be by the looks of it. So into management then, we need to move these three over to these desks. There, they are moved over. And there's a part of me that's thinking, should I just get this night team? Just get it done, you know, because they often need 2 teams of 2. Yeah, I reckon. There, done. Right. So we now want to change these desks into traumatology. So on-call room, we're going to drag this down to there. Oh yeah. And I'm going to employ a day and night team here also. There we go, employed. So if we now come back here. Oh yeah. I say. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So the next thing is, well, we've got a roof issue to sort out. And we want to make this garden nicer. So first of all, let's sort out the roof. That shouldn't be too difficult. Ah, yes, the roof. Lovely. Right, now we need to fix up this garden a little bit, because I'm not in love with it anymore. Now that's better, I think. There. What do you reckon? I think we've got away with it, right? I think we've got away with it. I think we may have solved our problems. We've got a whole new team in, both nurses and doctors. Pretty pleased with that. Pretty pleased with that. And I think it's still looking good here, eh? It's still looking good. Yeah, I am enjoying it. This is the end of the operating theatres. Lots of operating theatres. Brilliant. This has gone well. Okay, good. Traumatology has grown. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all my Patreons for their continued support.